Okay, hello everyone. In this video, Group 8 from 19 AKG in Pasundan University will explain about ethics in tax accounting. But first, let me introduce my group member. There are Friska Dwi Novianti, Azahra Elba, Ade Ali Rizky, Fitna Noviani, Nabila Nur Kamilia, Muhammad Gunnar Atorik, and Dinan Muhammad Fauzan. And there are the table of the content. In this video, we will discuss about the definition of professional ethics, definition of tax accounting, the current of tax accountant ethics, the importance of professional ethics, and then the case and the case resolution, and then the future of tax accountant ethics. The next explanation will be explained by my friend.
Hi. Okay, thank you for allowing me to continue this presentation. So in here, I want to talking about definition of professional ethics. Professional ethics are standards set by professional organization for the behavior and values of people working within a specific field. Codes of professional ethics are established in order to provide guidance to professionals, usually to not abuse client relationships and preserve the integrity and reputation of the applicable profession. When a person violates one or more of these promulgated ethics, he or she is subject to disciplinary action by the governing body of the profession. A high level of adherence to a code of professional ethics is needed so that the public will be confident in the moral standards of those working in the field. Codes of professional ethics are commonly applied to professionals in the fields of accounting, law, and medicine. That's all for me. So for the next slide will be present by my friend. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for Zahra. I will continue to the next slide. In this slide, we will talking about the definition of tax accounting. So what is tax accounting? Tax accounting is a huge part of the modern economy anywhere around the globe. Accounting for taxes refers to the process of keeping financial records for use in tax preparation. It applies for all types of entities, including individual enterprises and corporations, among other types. In general terms, tax accounting is basically accounting with an aim of meeting the requirement of local and national tax law and expectation, whether one is exempt from tax payment or not one way or the other, they must engage in accounting tax. Tax accounting is critical in the tracking of funds related to business entities and people. That's all about tax accounting. Next slide will be presented by my friend. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So now I want to explain about the canon of tax accountant ethics. There are 7 standards based on Statement on Standard of Tax Ethics by American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. The first, a tax accountant should not recommend a position unless there is a realistic chance of continued success. The second, a tax accountant may not prepare or sign a return if this is in a position that must not be advised under point 1. The third, a tax accountant can recommend a position that he believes is not risky as long as it can be disclosed. The fourth, a tax accountant is required to advise clients on potential penalties in certain situations and to recommend disclosures. The fifth, a tax accountant should not recommend a position that exploits the IRS audit selection process, or it is forbidden to simply act in a refuted position. The sixth, a tax accountant has knowledge of administrative errors. The seventh, a tax accountant must understand the form and the content of advice. The next slide will be presented by my friend. Thank you.
The importance of professional ethics. Ethics is very important because it serves to protect people who have profession to stay on the right track and can always be professional. A code of ethics must exist so that someone does not want to be alone in the work environment because the task performed can have an impact on other people. The code of ethics is also made to avoid things that can harm oneself, other, and institution. Without professional ethics, what is known as a respectable profession will soon be relegated to an ordinary job of earning a living. occupation, which is not characterized by idealistic value and will eventually end up with no respect or proper trust given to these professional elites.
Okay, thanks to Ade Ali. Here, my question to Denaviani, I want to explain about one of the tax accounting guests from KPMG Data and Harsono, or we can call SSH. So, KPMG is one of the largest professional service companies in the world. KPMG is a member of the Big Four auditors, along with W is a public accounting firm in Jakarta. This public accounting firm is a member of KPMG International, which is one of the four major public accounting firms in the world. Previously, SSW had the name Siddhartha and Hartono, or we can call SH. Okay, let's talk about the case. In September 2001, KPMG Siddhartha and Hartono must be ashamed. This well-known public accounting firm is proven to have bribed the tax authorities in Indonesia in the amount of 75,000 US dollars as a tactic of fraudulent bills of produced for KPMG's professional service fees that its client paid Eastman Pretension, a subsidiary of Baker H. Inc., listed on the New York Stock Exchange, had to pay. Because of this bribery, Eastman tax liabilities has indeed shrunk drastically from the original 3.2 million US dollars to only 270,000 US dollars. However, Baker's anti-bribery advisor appears to be wary of its subsidiary behavior. So instead of taking more risk, Baker voluntarily reported the case and fired the executive supervisor of the U.S. Stock Exchange. The Securities and Exchange Commission charged him with the forged corrupt practices act and anti-corruption law for American companies overseas. As a result, Baker and KPMG nearly ended up in Texas district court. However, as the Baker the case was eventually settled out of court, KPMG has been saved. The KPMG Siddhartha and Harsono case also involves the public accounting firm, which is considered to be too partial to its client. So thanks, and the case solution will be explained by my friend, that is Priska. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. The next is about case resolution. The KPMG Siddhartha and Harsono case also involves a public accounting firm which is considered too partial to its client. In this case, KPMG violated the principle of integrity where he puts the tax authorities only for the benefit of his client. This can be said to be dishonest and unfair in carrying out his duties. In addition to their participle, the accountant has also violated the participle of objectivity so that he is willing to commit fraud. And it seems that he has been one-sided in fulfilling his professional obligation. In this case, an accountant should have the following characteristics. The first is integrity. Integrity is an element of character that underlies the emergence of professional recognition. Integrity requires a member to, among other things, be honest and forthright without having to sacrifice the confidentiality of the recipient of service. The second is objectivity. Objectivity is a quality that gives value to the service provided by members. The participle of objectivity requires members to be fair, impartial, honest, intellectually, not prejudiced, and free from conflict of interest or being under the influence of other parties. Okay, thank you. Enough for me. And the next question Discussion will be presented by my friend. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the explanation. The next will be the future of tax accountant ethics. There are 11 essential ethics of an accountant, and the explanatory point that my friend previously presented will be definitely stay related to the ethic of the tax accountant profession in the future. The accountant, on the other hand, will need professionalism to face the many challenges in the future with three primary needs to meet. The first is skill, and then there are personality or character, and then knowledge. Why? Because these three primary circumstances will have an impact on first the professional regulation, and then the cooperation, affiliation, and the synergy with accountant profession from other nations, and then there's a education quality that will be increased, and last is international ethical standard. Okay, so the presentation has come to an end. I hope that this video will be helpful to all of you who are watching it. This video is free to share and like. And if you guys have any question, you may leave them in the comment section or email us for the further information. And goodbye, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.